Hi, I'm Kathy Cook. Welcome to part one of our 3-day Iyengar Yoga for Beginners course. The only props we'll be using today are the strap and the blanket. So get those ready. If you don't have a blanket, get a towel, and then let's get started. Step to the center of your mat. Line your feet, toes forward. Bring the toes together, the heels together. Stand up straight. Press into the balls of the feet. Lift the toes up of the left foot, the right foot. Press the toes down. Lengthen the heels back so you extend the foot fully. And then lift the toes up. Feel the mounds of all of the toes, from the big toe to the little toe side. And then lift up through the arches, lift up through the inner legs. Extend from the shoulders down to the fingers, and now bring the arms out, shoulder level. Turn the shoulders, turn the whole inner arm, palms facing up, bring the arms up above the head, Urdhva Hastasana. So connect with the feet, those places in the feet, the heel, the ball of the foot. Keep the legs energized, bring the arms down. Tadasana again. Again, bring the arms up, rotate the arms and the shoulders, palms facing up, lift up. As you lift, lift from the side trunk all the way up through the fingertips. Move the arms down, shoulder height, and then bring the hands to the front of the chest, elbows out to the side, parallel to the floor. And now bring the elbows towards one another, elbows to the fingers up, extend up. Feel the rotation from the backs of the shoulders moving in. And now interlace the fingers, press the palms up, and use that extension of the hands pressing to lengthen up more through the front body, the side body. Keep the weight on the feet so you're energizing through the legs. Release the fingers and then change the cross on the fingers. Extend up one more time. Press the fingers against the palm. Broaden the palms. Lengthen. Bring the little baby finger side down. And now release the hands. Bring the arms down. Tadasana. Again, bring the hands forward this time, getting that same rotation. Interlace the fingers. Turn the palms out. Bring the shoulder blades forward as you bring the arms back and lift up. Extend up. Bring the elbows towards one another. Lift the wrist up into the palm. Again, feeling from the feet all the way up. Turn the hands, bring the arms back down. Look at the fingers, see which finger you cross, change the cross, externally rotate the hands, broad palms, shoulder blades in, upper arms back toward the shoulder girdle, and then lift the arms up. I'll show from the side, so let me turn to the side. You can see I'm bringing the arms back toward the shoulder, so connect the upper arm to the shoulder girdle, which then connects to the shoulder blades. Lift the arms up, extend up, reaching up with the forearm, descending the upper arm down, and then bring the arms down. Coming to Tadasana, standing forward again. Bring the feet together, inner edges of the feet together. Lift up. So feel that direct line from the heels all the way up through the back body, back of the head in line with the tailbone. We're going to jump our feet. So we'll first take our arms out to the side and elbows out, jump the feet, nice wide stride, 3.5, 4 feet apart. Look at my feet, outer edges of the feet are in line with the outer edges of the mat. Let's jump the feet back together, come back to Tadasana, and we'll do that again. Bring the hands to the chest, inhale, exhale, jump the feet, wide stride, adjust your feet if they haven't ended up with the toes forward and outer edges of the feet, as I'm showing here with the outer sides of the mat. And then come back up, hands on your hips, and externally rotate the right leg. So you're turning the right foot all the way to the right. So just seeing how that rotation is from the inner thigh to the outer thigh. So from the knee, the whole outer upper thigh is turning. Back leg remains straight, the knees in line with the ankles. And now lengthen arms out to the side, and begin to extend over that front leg. Backhand on your hip, extend, create length through that side trunk, and then bring your hands onto your shin. Press down into the shin and lift up so that upper arm comes back into the shoulder. Turn the chest. Breathing. And then reach the arm up, bring the other arm up, turn the feet. We're going to turn to do the other side. So bring the hands back to the waist, turn that right heel back, externally rotate the left leg, turning. So as the left leg rotates under, the buttock moves forward, knee in line with the ankle. Now lengthen over that front leg, extending, hand on the back hand on the hip. Find the shin, so just not resting there, but touching there so you can lift up through the chest, and then turn the chest. Collarbones wide. Roll the right shoulder back. Lengthen the arm out. Get more extension on that side. Keep the legs straight, firm. Reach the arms up. And then walk the feet together, jump the feet together, bring the hands down. Stand back in Tadasana. Get ready to jump again, jump the feet apart, nice wide stride. Externally rotating that front leg again. The right heel is in line with the back arch. Seeing where I'm creating that space in the groin, the inner thigh is moving in, pelvis deepening there at the groin, back hand on your hip. Bring your hand down, turn the chest. Turn that left chest, and then reach the arm up. From the bottom hand, pressing down lightly, lift up through the arms. From the back of the heart, from the middle part of the upper back, extend the arms. You can see I'm pressing down on my side ribs, so not allowing those side ribs to come up. And then inhale, lift, come up, feet parallel, and turn to do the other side. Extend through the arms, reaching from the center of the upper back out through the arms. Now get that external rotation, cutting that buttock under, lengthen over that front leg. You can see deepening there in the hip socket, in that groin, connecting the upper leg to the pelvis. Hand on the leg, just gently, just for a little bit of support, while you lift the arm up into the shoulder. Turn the top arm back, turn the chest, breathe, and then lift the arm up. Create space through the front of the chest, through the upper back, lift up, and then come up, turn, and jump the feet together. Inner edges of the feet together, Tadasana. Just look down at your feet, make sure you're where you're supposed to be. In the beginning, you need to see where you are in space. Now we're jumping apart again. Wide stride. Hands on your hips. Straighten the knees. Press to the outer edges of the feet. So those are your breaks. Now externally rotate the front leg, right leg. And we're going to come into a square. So we're bending the knee. We're getting that same external rotation that we had before. Lift the inner back thigh and press to the outer edge of the back foot. Bring your arms up, overhead, Urdhva Hastasana again, to get that length through the side trunk. And then bring your arms down, shoulder height. Drop your shoulders, drop the shoulder blades. And as if I were lengthening your back arm, move your back arm back over your back foot. And then inhale, come up, coming to the other side. If you need a wider stride, take that back foot back a little bit. You want to bring the knee over the ankle, dropping the tailbone, dropping the buttocks. And then look over the front hand. Stay anchored in the back foot. Lengthen back through that back arm. Bring the torso right between the two legs. Turn the feet, jump the feet together, come back to Tadasana. Now we're going to go back over to the wall. So I'd like you to have the one foot at the wall, turn the other leg out, and then hand at the wall. Keep the hand at the wall. That will keep the trunk in the center of the two legs. As you bend the knee, just making sure that the knee comes over the ankle, drop your hip down, coming into a square, extend both arms. Reach back to the wall with those fingertips. That will ensure that you stay in line, that your pelvis will stay centered. Walk your feet together, and then we'll come to the other side. So nice wide stride, turn your back heel toward the wall, externally rotate the front leg, and then reach out to the wall, bring the fingertips to the wall, or the whole palm if you're close enough. Keep it there as you bend the knee. Get that external rotation on the front thigh. Knee is moving center over the front of the foot. Extend the front arm out. Drop the shoulders, lift the back of the head. So create extension in the neck and look over the second and third fingers. Just looking into space. Continue to breathe. Inhale, come up. Jump the feet together. Come to Tadasana. And then face forward. Bring your feet hips width apart and bring your arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. Hold on to the elbows. So in the creases, holding both elbows, thumbs in the crease. As you fold forward, you're lengthening. Keep that length through the side trunk. And you come forward. I'll show from the side. So this lower pelvis, keep the lower pelvis lengthened and that front groin deepening as you come forward. So you're bending there from the hip socket and not from the lower back. Lifting the backs of the thighs up. Inhale, come up. Facing forward. Tadasana. Again, jumping the feet apart. Take a nice wide stride. Anchor your outer heels. Externally rotate the right leg. Now turning the whole pelvis to face the front leg. Adjusting that back heel, press the back heel down. Hands on your hips. Coming forward like you did in resting Uttanasana, that depth in the groin, keep the back extended and lengthened. Elbows reaching towards one another. Tips of the shoulders moving away from the floor. Inhale, come up. Turn the feet. We'll turn to do the other side. Externally rotating the other leg. Pressing back through that back heel. So squaring your pelvis, turning the right pelvis forward. Left hip back. Hands on your hips. Feeling that depth coming to front groin. So bending from there, not from your lower back. Extend and lengthen. If the back starts to round, then just stay at a higher height without going too deep. Inhale, come up. Turn the feet. And then jump the feet together. Come back to Tadasana. Take a few breaths in Tadasana. I'll show from the side. Inhale, exhale, jump the feet again. Hands on your hips. Turning the back leg, left leg. Turning the right leg. Hands on your hips. Lift the pubic bone up and lengthen the front abdomen forward as you deepen through the hip socket. Going forward over the front leg. Keep the press of the feet, so the back heel, the balls of the feet, on the front of the foot, on the back of the foot. And then inhale, come up. Jumping your feet together. I'll show from the other side. Turning the back heel, externally rotating the front leg. Turn your back hip to move forward towards your front foot. And your front hip back, moving back. Lengthen over the front leg. So important to stay weighted in the feet, balanced in the feet. The legs are a bit closer together. If you need more width for balance, take that back foot to the right just a bit. And then inhale, come up. Turn your feet. jump your feet together. Come back to Tadasana. We're going to get 2 blocks now. So go ahead and get your blocks and bring the blocks to the front of the mat. We're going to do that Paschimottanasana again, and I'll be showing with blocks this time, so you can bring your hands onto the blocks. So squaring your hips, pressing through the back heel, turning the back hip forward, front hip back, lengthen, and then bring your hands onto the blocks. The highest height is what I have here. First, extend through the side trunk, make the back long, so you're not rounding the back. Come up as high as you need to on the blocks. You can see I've turned the blocks down here if you don't need that height. If you find yourself there, then bend the elbows, release down. Or if the elbows are very bent, then you can take the blocks down further. Then inhale, come up. So we have 2 heights on the blocks. So adjust the blocks according to your body and your condition. Just showing the 3 different blocks, heights. So beginning for the other side, bring your hands up on your hips, squaring the hips, be in the feet, begin to move forward. Inhale, exhale, lengthening, and then bring the hands onto the blocks. Compact the hips, so the outer hips are moving towards one another. Outer thighs moving towards one another. Adjust the blocks if you need to. One side may be different than the other. Pressing down through the hands, get that length again, lengthen through the front body. And then release down any amount, or stay at that long arm position. Inhale, come up. Step the foot forward, come back to Tadasana. All right, you can take the blocks to the side now. And then come back to Tadasana. Jump the feet apart. So take your legs a little bit wider, be on the outer edges of the feet, front of the foot, back of the foot, and then begin to fold forward like we just did in Paschimottanasana. That depth in the front groin, hands on your hips. Extend your arms down. You can bring your arms onto your shins, and moving the thighs back, lengthen forward. So again, you want to have the spine lengthen, and then you can begin to fold forward. If the back is too rounded, stay in that lengthened position till you grow familiar with removing that stiffness. Showing from the side, jump the feet apart. So this stride is a little bit wider than the other standing poses we've done, so feel free to bring your legs a little bit wider. Now here, hold on to the elbows behind you, press the forearms into the back, lift the chest. That way you're lengthening the front body. Keep that extension on the front body. Use the arms as a monitor to see when you start to round the back. Stop there, bring the back ribs in, lengthen forward. Inner thighs are moving back, backs of the thighs are lifting up. Extend your calves down towards your heels. So be in the feet, be on the outer and inner edges of the feet. Lift the shoulders up. Draw the outer tips of the shoulders towards one another. Inhale, look up, coming out. Hands on your hips, walk your heels and your toes in, and then jump your feet together. In this wider stride, and before you jump your feet together, just walk your heels and toes in a bit. Tadasana. Okay, we're going to sit now. Sit in Sukhasana. Adjust the buttocks so that you feel you're right on the sitting bones. Bring your fingertips back behind you. Use the fingertips pressing down into the floor to lift up through the side trunk. Roll your shoulders back. Feel the shoulder blades moving forward. So lean back. So I'm going to adjust the thighs again. So there's external rotation on the thighs. Often what happens is the lower back rounds. And when the lower back rounds, it's difficult to sit up. So I'm going to use a blanket here. For those of you that have tight hamstrings or tightness in the pelvis, you can use a little bit of height here, which will help to lift the lower back so the load of the bent knees doesn't go to the low back. You can take as much height as you need. So you can see my knees are in line with my hips. If your knees are much higher, take more height. And then bring your arms out, interlace your fingers. And as you lift the arms up, descend the outer hips, descend the knees, the thighs, and reach up with the arms. So creating length through the side waist, through the side trunk, through the side armpit area. Drop your shoulders, shoulder blades down. Breathe. Bring your hands down. Change the cross on your fingers. And then bringing the arms back to the shoulder, connecting with the shoulder blades. You can see I've rounded the back. Bring the shoulders forward. Lift the arms up. So you're opening that space at the armpit area. Shoulder blade is down and forward towards your armpit as you bring your arms back. Bring your arms back near the ears, and then extend the arms down. And then you're going to fold forward. Keep the weight on the hips. So as you descend the hips, lengthen the lower back. And again, reach forward and lengthen that front pelvis, that skin from the lower abdomen. Extend forward. Sometimes it gets caught. But that's the direction it's moving. It's moving forward. The abdomen is lengthening. Walk your fingers forward and extend the spine. And then we'll change the cross on your legs, coming up, changing the cross. Adjust the buttocks. Interlace the fingers out in front of you. Connect the upper arm back into the shoulder. Shoulder blades in. Lift the arms up. As you're lifting up, having that sense of opposing action. The arms are lifting and lengthening while your hips are descending, your thighs are descending. Breathe. Pressing the hands up, bring the hands down. Change the cross on the fingers. Lengthen the arms out and then extend upward. So reaching upward, have a nice deep breath as you lengthen up, dropping the shoulders, and then bring the arms down. And then again, you'll come, bring the arms up, fold forward, keep the arms in line with the shoulders. Again, lengthening the front abdomen, walking forward, extending, be on your fingertips, outer hips moving down, broad across your lower back. So as if your two hip bones were moving towards one another. Your back body is broad across the sacrum. And then lift up through the arms, bring the hands down, release the legs, extend the legs forward to Dandasana, straighten the knees, you can see the thighs and the knees, draw the kneecaps up, bring the baby toe side of the foot back towards you, press the ball of the foot away from you, hands behind you, roll the shoulders back, and then lengthen the arms up, descending the thighs, folding forward again, deepening, keeping the abdomen lengthened, extend forward, extend the arms, coming down, and then coming back up. Breathe while you do that. So we'll use a strap. Take your strap. We're going to take the strap around the feet, actually make the strap wide enough so that it's in the longer length, and bring it around the outer sides of the feet. And pull the strap. As you press the feet away from you, pull the strap to get that lift and length, and then begin to come forward. Like we did earlier at the standing poses, you're coming forward, lengthening from the pubic bone to the navel, navel to the chest. So the direction is moving towards your feet, the legs are long, descending the thighs, lower back is broad. If you've come down far enough where you can reach the toes, straighten the arms, lengthen the back, and then bend the elbows out to the side, but keep them lifted. So not moving the elbows down toward the floor. Keep the openness to the front of the chest, collarbones wide, and then straighten the arms. Lift the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, bring the hands down, and then you'll take your strap away. Just bring it to the top of the feet again. We'll do that one more time, holding onto the strap. So activating the feet. Keep the feet active. The feet are broad, just like the feet were on the floor. Broad across the big toe, little toe side of the foot. Heel pressing back. Begin to fall forward. As you walk down, for some of you, you may be able to go a little bit lower. You can take your hands closer to the baby toe side of the foot with that strap. If you're down far enough, you can hold on to the outer sides of the feet. Taking a few breaths there, adjusting your legs so you feel that The backs of the thighs can descend down toward the floor. The head of the femur bone, where the thigh and the pelvis connect, descending that, lengthen the lower back. And then inhale, straighten the arms. Inhale, lift the arms up. And bring the hands down. And then you'll come off your blanket. Okay, take your strap away. Bring it right over onto the blanket and lay down on your mat with your knees bent. Have your feet on the floor. Adjust your pelvis. So turn the pelvis so that your lower back is on the floor. The abdomen is, and the pubic bone is adjusted. So the pubic bone is lifting towards your navel and your lower back is flat on the floor. Adjust your arms, roll the shoulders under, turn the whole inner arm out like we did when we were standing, palms facing up. Back of the head on the floor. Extend the right leg out, extend out through the heel, and then extend the left leg. So reach both legs out. Look down and see that your feet are in line with your hips and your shoulders. So just make sure you're lined up so that when you're in Shavasana, you can completely relax. Take the strap away, make sure there's nothing to the sides that would be touching your hands or your legs. And then begin to relax. Relax the inner legs, let the little toe side of the foot fall toward the floor, inner thighs, inner calves, inner knees rolling out. Feeling the shoulders, outer shoulders moving toward the floor. Let the shoulders be heavy, let the arms be heavy. Relax the legs, the toes completely, the feet. Feeling the back of the head heavy on the mat. Letting the little neck muscles go right down into the shoulders. Taking a few breaths there, just releasing with your exhalation. Let your exhalation be a little bit longer. You have that sense of letting go everywhere. Using that exhalation to release further and further. So in Shavasana, we're able to stop all the doing and just allow yourself to be. You can stay in Shavasana for as long as you'd like. It's taking time for yourself, acknowledging what you've been able to do. Just let yourself relax, let your brain relax, let your body relax. Relax with the breath. When you're ready to come up, bend the right arm, bring your hand onto your abdomen, and then your left hand onto your abdomen. Bend your right knee, your left knee, bring your feet onto the floor. Just rest there for a few breaths. When you're ready to come up, bring your right arm above your head, and then roll onto your right side. And then when you're ready, press yourself up, just gently, without disturbing yourself. Press with the left hand, come back up, and sit in Sukhasana. Namaste. Thank you for showing up. If you've learned something today, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to click the bell so that you're notified when the next class is available. Lastly, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments section below and I will be sure to answer them. I'll see you in the next class.